I'm excited to be able to welcome on the first commit of the 2021 class of Boston College, Gianni Thompson. What's going on today, bro?
Good, I'm good.
For sure, man. Well, it's been a couple days since the commitment. What's it feel like to be a part of Boston College?
It's great. A lot of fan pages and stuff like that have been reaching out. So I'm really feeling the love, especially, a lot of people around here. Obviously, everybody knows that I'm committing because I'm a hometown kid. So it's been real nice.
And that is a special thing. You're a hometown kid. Your school is about a mile away from campus. What's it going to be like basically not to move too far away?
It's great. I've been to a lot of games. My like I said, my school is like a mile away, so I've been walking past Boston College a lot and stuff like that. So it'll be real nice to get to see like the real side of it. So,
And you didn't narrow down to your top seven. Just take us through that top seven. Providence was in it. Xavier, Virginia Tech, Richmond. What went into those schools that made it?
a lot of it was how much they showed their appreciation of my game, show how much I can fit in. Um, the level, and just my connection with the coaches. So I think that was the biggest part of it.
So you have those top seven. Obviously, you like them all. What separated Boston College from all of them?
Um, right off the bat, it's right here. It's home. Really familiar with it. I would say the schools that I was probably the most familiar with was Providence and Boston College. This is a simple fact. AJ Reeves was at Providence. Is at Providence, so I was there. I was down there a lot because my coach coached him. Me and AJ be close, so I was out there a lot of games. Going up there for Midnight Madnesses since like my freshman year. And Boston College, just going to a lot of games, just always seeing it, you know, just knowing a lot about it because I'm from here. So that's what I would say was the difference right off the bat.
And so, at what point would you say it kind of clicked that you knew Boston College was the school you wanted to attend?
Um, I would say I didn't really know, but I really started feeling it about like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wanted to like sit on that feeling, you don't want to act right away. And then nothing changed, it just kept getting stronger, my feeling and the wanting to become an Eagle. So I would say about that.
That's big time. And this has been a weird year. It's probably not that ideal year you want to have. You want to be playing AAU the whole time. You want to be going some more visits I could have imagined. How would you be able to go through this commitment process without really going to the colleges too much anymore?
Um, it kind of sucked, to be honest. There's no real like upsides and not having the opportunity to see more school, play in front of more people and just play with my guys. Um, so I would say I don't think it would have changed my decision. I probably would have waited longer, but when you have that feeling, you have that feeling. So I have no regrets in my recruiting process.
And hopefully this is a once in a lifetime recruiting class where no one else has to do it, but just be a part of the class saying that you didn't have a spring and summer of basketball. What's it kind of like being part of that historical kind of class now?
Um, I mean, the first people to do something is kind of crazy. Hopefully nothing like this ever happens again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad to say that I was able to find the fit for me, and I'm glad to say a lot of guys I know were able to find the fit for them. So I think it's impressive. You can see all the AAU programs, such as the one of mine, that made it possible for the kids to get where they need to be and get where they really feel like they fit. So, yeah.
Couldn't agree more. And obviously, probably one of the biggest reasons you can also commit to Boston College is because of the coaching staff, Coach Christian. What do you like about them?
You know what you're getting, Coach Christian. He'll crack a couple jokes every now and then, but he's a pretty straightforward guy. There's no real like sugarcoating anything. There's no promises, nothing like that. So I thought that was different from a lot of people, and I really connected with Coach Wu, the assistant coach. So those are the two people that's why I appreciated the staff. Yeah.
And you're going to be playing in the ACC in a little over a year from now. How do you kind of plan to get ready for that?
Um, I would say I'm a really skilled player. I can play pretty much anywhere on the court. That's what I've heard a lot. So I think the biggest thing for me will just, work on dominating those areas, but also getting my body stronger, quicker, faster, because the ACC is definitely for the athletes.
Mhm.
Uh, you have to make sure if you want to be one of the better players in the ACC, you have to be better than them in every aspect. So I would say work on my body.
What team in the ACC are you most excited to go up against?
Um, I would say Duke. Yeah, Duke. Last year I went to the Duke game. And the environment was just different. It's different from anything I've seen. I've been to a lot of college games, and it's just crazy. You have crazy Duke fans in the crowd, and you have the BC fans, and the game was back and forth, and that, that's that's really what college basketball is about. So I think it would be that game.
And you have some relation to the 2020 class. DeMar, you play with him, or at least we're in the same AU program as him. Justin, you kind of know him as well. What was it like kind of knowing that you're gonna be able to be reunited with those guys and play with them someday?
Um, it's great. So I would say about like last week, around like Tuesday or something like that, I had went up to a gym, and we were originally planning to work out
Mhm.
with my friend Demar, and then we ended up playing pickup with some older guys, and Demar was on my team, and he just knew where to hit me in the spots. He knew when it was time to give the ball up. He just kind of knew how to play with me. So, and it's fun. There was one play. It was like he threw me a lob, and it's just like you have that good feeling, like wow, we're teammates. Like we were teammates, and then we have the opportunity to be teammates again. So I think I really thought on that too. So it was great.
Awesome. And so you are the first guy in 2021 now. You're also a top 15 all-time recruit ranking wise to Boston College. That one part right there, being one of the highest ranked recruits to commit there, what does that feel like?
I'm not a guy that looks at rankings too much. You know what I'm saying? Because more so, I started to get a lot more attention recently, I would say.
Hmm.
So I've always been kind of just do what I do, try to play hard, try to go out there and win. And the rankings been a result of that. So I kind of think that's irrelevant because rankings when you get to college it doesn't mean anything for you to get minutes. The coach could care less. So
Absolutely. And so you've been now the first commit out there. I can imagine there's gonna be some guys you're gonna want to bring on as well. Who are some of the other guys you think are targets or even you're trying to recruit to bring to Boston College in your class?
Bensley Joseph is from the area. I know he has an offer from Boston College. I know I think they're looking at him at the point guard. I played with Bensley a little bit. He's cool. Me and him are cool. So if there's anybody that I could really help recruit, I would say it's him. I talk to him every now and then. So if there's someone I'm looking to get on board, it would be him.
That's big time. And so let's talk about your high school season. You talk about how you have been one of the guys that kind of blew up recently and not you haven't been a day one since freshman year, a top ranked guy. And now you're kind of developed into this player that is a top 150 kind of guy. You have a huge potential. What's it been like just seeing the way you've developed and brought attention over the past few years?
I would say I'm grateful for the fact that I didn't get attention when I was younger and stuff like that, because I've noticed a lot of the guys, not to like put anybody down, but when you have a lot of talent, people tend to work. They don't tend to work as hard. So uh, I've worked six out of the 7 days of the week, at least 2 times a week, just trying to get better, trying to get the attention that I felt like I deserved, and it's kind of paying off. So I would say that's the best part about it. You can never. I gained a chip on my shoulder or a drive. So
That's big time. And that's something that's a unique kind of take. I think a lot of people do look at them. We see the guys that are ranked in the first ranked recruiting classes and whatever their freshman years are. The rankings do not tend to stay. I mean, maybe the top guy does, but a lot of it does shift, and some guys become unranked after it. I let's talk about you now have moved on up to this level. What's the next level for you? I mean, where do you personally see yourself ranked up, kind of? Where do you kind of see yourself in the 2021 class?
um, you know, obviously the goal is to be the best player in your class, the best player in high school. Um, so I'm just working as hard as I can. The next goal is make the top 100 consensus all websites, and then from there top 75, top 50, and then just keep going. That's my goal, to just keep proving people wrong and just keep upping their expectations from me.
And when you came to your high school, I read something about your coach saying that a lot of people, not only were you even really worried about rankings, you were regarded as maybe one of the bottom guys on the entire roster when you first went there. That's no longer the case for you as well. Just seeing the way you've climbed up the roster to become pretty much the go-to face of your team now, what's that been like?
Um, like I said, when people don't look at you and it's nothing personal, they just don't think you're that good. So, but I made it personal. I like my yeah. I made it personal. I made every single guy that was in front of me that he gave me the reason to say, oh, he's playing more in front of you because of this reason. I made sure to attack that reason and made sure that I was better than that person. And I've just, especially the program I'm in, they love to pit players against each other. A player I would say that I was pit against a lot is me and Casey Simmons that just committed to Northwestern. So it's always healthy competition. You're always just trying to be better than the guy in front of you. And whether that's working out with them or just you have to create that in your mind. So that's what I would say I did.
So you're coming off of a year now averaging 19 points a game, 9 rebounds, got an MVP in the bag now. What's the next level for you? What do you think you're statistically able to put up next season?
I would say, I had a good season. I think I could have done way better. I think inconsistency was a problem for me this year. And that's just kind of me figuring out what I was supposed to do, how I was supposed to do it. But this year, my goal is to, help my team win every game. And hopefully from that, I get acknowledged and recognized. But whatever that takes, me scoring 40 one night, then me getting 10 blocks one night, whatever it is, I'll try to do that. So I think that's the next goal for me. So I'm ready to play at the college level, whatever they're asking me to play.
Is there a play you kind of see that you kind of model your game after, or take pieces from and put into your game?
I would say there's 3 players that I love watching. Paul George, Joe Johnson, Kevin Durant. They're all guys around, well, not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's different, but they're all around my height that are able to manipulate the ball and get themselves to spots and score, which I would say my game is like. And they're just really tough, and they're able to make plays for each other people just because of the fact that they're able to put the ball in the basket, they're able to put the ball on the floor. They're skilled in every area. So I would say those guys.
As you continue to develop, those guys are – Kevin Durant's obviously a common one, but Paul George sometimes. But Joe Johnson's a guy that we see what he's still able to do at the age he's at. He's a really underrated, one of the best pure scorers, I think, of all time. What kind of attracts you about his game? What do you like about his game?
Joe Johnson and Carmelo Anthony are kind of interchangeable in that fact. So what me about his game is just the fact that he's literally able to get the ball anywhere on the court and score the ball. And then that's the goal. You don't want to be a guy that someone says, oh, we have to put him in the right spot. Because to be honest, if you want to play the most, you have to be able to play anywhere on the court. So I would say those guys.
Couldn't agree more. And you're representing, obviously, you're wearing your shirt right now for AAU. How's that looking for you guys? We know every state's kind of up in the air with what they're doing, how they're handling it. What's the AAU season going to look like for you right now?
I'm not too sure if we're able to play AAU, but one thing I am very sure of is we would have been one of the best teams in the country. We have a lot of guys around my height, and we've been playing with each other for a while, and we're all really good friends. We get along, we talk to each other, and we do have a history of winning. And so I think that would have been really, really cool to be able to get the chance to do that again, but I'm not too sure if we will be able to.
And so if you had a season of AAU basketball, what do you think you would have been able to, or what did you want to go out there and prove to people?
Just go out there, and the guy who's in front of me, I would just like everybody in the crowd to know, even if that's your son, so that's the way I look at it. The guy that's in front of me, I'm trying to kill. So, yeah.
Absolutely, man. And my last thing before I let you go is you're going to want to build a legacy for yourself, but what you achieve on the court as well as off of it. By the time you walk away from the game someday, what do you want that legacy to be?
I'm very interested in, social things. I've been pretty interested in, a lot of the things with the Black Lives Matter, stuff like that, social injustices. And I think that if I was to take my career off the court anywhere, I would be trying to help people, you know, just a lot of people that look like me. So if anything, you know, especially Boston College being one of the best academic institutions in the country, I think that's where I would like to go with that.
That's big time. And you being an athlete, you're going to have a higher and higher platform as you continue to move up the levels. How do you kind of plan to use your platform for what you want to represent and social issues?
I think a lot of people cater to the majority. I'd say I'd like to cater to the minority, and know a lot of kids that are like me, maybe not getting the attention that they feel they should be getting, and just, you know, saying it's possible to, you know, get a low level Division I offer, get a mid major offer, or just whatever that is for you able to do. Just work hard at it and grind, and just setting that example by, you know, going through the levels like you said.
Couldn't agree more, man. Well, I'm definitely excited to see what guys got next for you, man. Appreciate taking time to come on, man.
Thank you.
Of course, man. You're always welcome on, man. Congratulations on committing again, too, and God bless.
Thank you. God bless.